It's unfolding now. The most critical and dangerous day of August is almost here, and most people won't even realize what hit them. If you don't align with the plan, you'll fall right into the trap they've quietly laid. Everything around you is designed to keep you distracted, numb, and off course. But tomorrow, August 6th, is your final window to break free. On this day, the negative energies reach their peak, the same ones that have been draining your spirit, clouding your path, and pulling you back into cycles you thought you'd already escaped. This isn't just another day, it's a turning point. This message isn't about fear, it's about clarity and precision. Because right now, you're walking a razor's edge, and while you're hesitating, they're already moving. Not everyone is meant to cross this threshold. Only those who can feel the shift, read the signs, and stay grounded in truth. No matter how loud the noise gets, stay alert. Follow the signal. August 6th changes everything. But first, you need to recognize what's causing all of this in the first place, because the force that's been holding you back has been feeding off your own energy all along. This isn't random, it's a system built to block you. Look around. The arguments, the weird delays, the strange tiredness that hits you out of nowhere. Everyone is being negative, and tomorrow, it's only going to peak. That's not chaos, that's strategy. You are being deliberately misdirected, something built to make sure chosen ones never activate fully. They don't need to destroy you, they just need to keep you busy, distracted, and hopeless. Everything has been engineered to keep your hands full and your mind fogged. So, you forget you were sent here for something specific, and tomorrow, that fog reaches its peak. Your inner compass is going to try to fire, and something will try to jam it again. But there's one place they can't touch, and it's where the divine plan starts. You can't afford to let the first voice in your head win. When you wake up tomorrow, pay close attention. The first thought that crosses your mind, no matter how subtle, is not random. It's the seed that sets the emotional direction for the rest of the day. And right now, that first thought is likely not even yours. If it sounds like, "I'm so tired," or "I can't do this today," or "nothing's going to change," you must stop right there. Not because it's dramatic, but because it's tactical. That thought is a spiritual implant, a low-frequency suggestion that doesn't shout, doesn't scream, but slides in quietly and pulls your whole day out of alignment before you've even left your bed. The enemy of your path doesn't need to break you, it just needs to speak first. Reject it consciously. You don't need to wrestle with it or argue, just don't accept it as your own. Say it out loud, or in your mind, "That's not mine. I choose power today." You're not doing this for positive vibes. You're doing it because your emotional compass is being hijacked before your awareness kicks in. If you don't intercept the first message, it writes the entire script for your day, and tomorrow, more than any other day, you can't be on autopilot. You are not the first voice. You are the one who decides whether to listen. There's going to be resistance. That's part of the system. But there's also going to be a moment, small, quiet, where you'll have the power to interrupt it. And if you do that even once, it changes everything. Because that's how alignment starts. Not with big rituals, not with perfect habits, but with one tiny interception at the very beginning. But if you want to hear guidance, you have to stop letting fear answer the phone first. Your answers aren't missing. You're just not asking the right way. Tomorrow, you'll need to do something most people forget. Actually talk to your higher self, not like a concept, not like some distant version of you in another realm, but like a friend who knows more than you right now, and who's been waiting for you to finally check in. You don't need candles, you don't need silence, you just need intention and honesty. Say it out loud, or in your mind, it doesn't matter, but say something like, "If there's something I need to know, make it loud, I'm ready." That's it. No dramatics, No trying to control how the answer shows up. Just a clear request, with full trust that something within you hears it and will respond. The universe doesn't ignore you, it waits for permission. And here's the part no one tells you. Your higher self doesn't speak in mysterious codes. It's direct, simple, repetitive. It'll keep showing you the same sign, the same nudge, the same name, the same number, until you finally acknowledge it. But it won't shout over your self-doubt. You have to initiate. You have to open the line. And once you do, don't overthink it. Don't doubt whether you did it right. That's how the misdirection creeps back in, through overanalysis and self-questioning. You open the line. Now trust it. Guidance isn't hidden. It's just not loud enough to compete with your fear. There's something trying to reach you. It's not far away. It's one decision away. One sentence, one moment of belief. And the moment you say it, the plan begins to reveal itself. Not everyone around you is meant to go with you. Tomorrow is not an ordinary day. And that means your energy is not up for negotiation. This isn't about being antisocial or cold or cutting people off for ego's sake. It's about recognizing with brutal honesty that some people only show up to unplug you from your power source. You'll know them by the feeling. You'll feel drained, heavy, impatient, even nauseous. Sometimes it's subtle. Sometimes it's your best friend. Sometimes it's family. But this isn't personal. It's energetic. Energy vampires don't always yell. Some just linger too long. You must start taking these signals seriously, because on days like tomorrow, you can't afford to spend even 5 minutes feeding the wrong current. Your clarity, your spiritual sensitivity, your divine alignment, they are fragile, under pressure. And tomorrow, you'll be under pressure. The gossiper who always brings drama, the one who always plays victim, the person who calls not to talk, but to complain in circles and dump emotional weight onto your lap. These aren't accidents. These are interceptions specifically timed to derail your sensitivity and block the clarity you're about to receive. Your elevation is being monitored. Your distractions are being scheduled. When you feel that pull, don't engage, don't explain, don't over-rationalize or apologize. Just exit briefly, politely, and completely. A simple, "Hey, I'll call you later," or "Can't talk right now," is enough. You owe no performance, especially not to people who refuse to take responsibility for their energy. This doesn't make you rude, it makes you intelligent. You weren't sent here to manage everyone's chaos. You were sent here to stay aligned with your calling. Even if you don't feel strong enough to cut people off forever, tomorrow you must cut them off for just one day. Guard your space. Protect your time. Be unavailable to anything that doesn't lift, sharpen, or clarify you. Because the ones who distract you today are the same ones who will disappear the moment your breakthrough hits. If it feels off tomorrow, that's not paranoia, that's preparation. Your intuition has been whispering to you for weeks now. Quiet signals, hunches, subtle gut pulls you couldn't quite explain. But tomorrow it won't be subtle anymore. The volume gets turned up. Your gut will speak louder, faster, and with more urgency. And your only job is to stop ignoring it. Not everything will make sense. Not everything will be logical. But if your inner voice says, "Don't go there," or "Cancel that meeting," or "This isn't the time," you need to listen instantly. Intuition doesn't negotiate, it alerts. Too many chosen ones override the signal out of politeness, fear of disappointing others, or trying to keep things normal. But tomorrow isn't normal, and your intuition isn't a feeling, it's a strategy. A pre-coded internal radar that is trying to guide you through spiritual landmines you can't yet see. You may feel the need to step back from a conversation without knowing why. You might get the sudden urge to delay a decision that once felt urgent. You may feel the pull to spend more time alone than usual or to go somewhere unexpected. Listen, obey, don't question. The higher plan rarely makes sense in real time, but it always proves itself in hindsight. You won't always know whether it was the right call, but your peace will confirm it. Not because everything suddenly becomes easy, but because you'll feel your energy start to stabilize again. Intuition is the voice of your timeline. Ignore it, and you step off path. So tomorrow, if it feels off, it is. If it feels rushed, slow down. If it feels forced, walk away. There are spiritual signals being broadcast constantly. The question is, will you hear them in time, or only recognize them after the detour? This isn't about rebellion for rebellion's sake. It's about remembering who you are. Most people follow rules they've never questioned. They dress a certain way, speak a certain way, move through the day as if they signed a contract they never actually read, and without realizing it, they've slowly handed their identity over to routines that were designed for safety, not authenticity. But tomorrow, on August 6th, there's something happening beneath the surface. A moment of spiritual leverage. Away from something you're winning at, you're sending a clear signal to the universe. I don't need a crown to know I'm royal. You don't need to keep proving that you're the smartest, the most evolved, the most spiritual, the most aware. The ones who truly carry divine authority don't fight for the spotlight. They disappear before the show ends because their work is already done. And here's the secret. When you walk away early, you make space for something greater to enter. Something that doesn't feed the ego but empowers the spirit. The soul doesn't care who clapped. It only cares whether you heard yourself. So tomorrow, choose silence when you know you could dominate. Step away when your ego wants to lean in. Don't just resist the drama, resist the praise that keeps you addicted to surface-level reward. That's how you graduate. That's how you show the divine you're ready for the next layer of power. If you're still breathing right now, it means you haven't failed your mission. Let that sink in for a second, because a lot of people watching this have been walking around like the story's already over, like they missed their chance, like they got it wrong one too many times. But the very fact that you're hearing this right now in this exact moment means you are still on assignment. You are not late. You are being prepared. Maybe you felt forgotten lately, stuck, exhausted, like the same loops keep playing, and no matter what you do, you can't break through. That doesn't mean you're failing. That doesn't mean you've fallen behind. It means something is still being calibrated. The divine plan isn't passive. It's not just a timeline you float through hoping for magic. It's active. It requires consent. It requires participation. It needs the chosen ones to say yes fully, without backup plans. And most people never get to that point because fear talks louder than destiny. But here you are, still breathing, still searching, still not completely numb, even after everything. That's not weakness. That's proof. You've survived what should have taken you out. You've endured disappointments that would have shut down someone else entirely. And still, something in you keeps reaching forward. The fact that you haven't given up is the clearest sign that you're about to break through. This video didn't find you by accident. You didn't click just because you were bored. Something in your spirit recognized the signal. Something in your gut said, wait, this might be for me, and it was. There's no algorithm more precise than divine timing. And if you're here, it means you're almost ready. This is the final push. This is the part where your agreement matters. No more waiting for signs that you're worthy. No more stalling until you feel ready. No more living like your power is somewhere out there waiting to be discovered. It's already inside you. And the plan, it's not waiting on the world to shift. It's waiting on you to say, I'm in. This is your confirmation. Now it begins. Power doesn't always look like movement. Sometimes it's the decision to not react at all. There's this false narrative that in order to be worthy, protected, or on track, you have to be constantly fixing, doing, proving, evolving, that tomorrow you need to have all the answers, that the only way to stay aligned with the divine plan is to solve every problem, win every battle, and rise above every trigger that shows up in your life. But here's the truth. You're not here to be perfect. You're here to stay anchored. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing at all. Not because you've given up, but because you've chosen peace over pressure. Because you've realized that being in control of your energy is more important than being in control of every situation around you. Tomorrow is not about fixing your life. It's about remembering that you're allowed to be still, that you don't have to engage with every problem that knocks on your door, that you're allowed to not answer the call, not reply to the text, not enter the fight. Peace is not avoidance. It's alignment with what your spirit actually needs. Some of you will wake up tomorrow and immediately feel the weight of urgency, the pressure to do something big, to take control, to fix what feels broken. And that's exactly when you need to pause, take a breath, check in, ask yourself, is this mine to fix? Or is this the world trying to bait me into another loop? Because here's what most people don't realize. The divine plan is not chaotic. It's not frantic. It doesn't need to yell to get your attention. It's soft, quiet, but constant. And peace is its frequency. When you choose peace, even for a moment, you step into that frequency. You give yourself permission to trust, to let go of control. And in doing so, you align yourself with something bigger than whatever's happening around you. It doesn't matter if you feel like a mess. It doesn't matter if nothing gets solved tomorrow. It doesn't even matter if you don't feel spiritual, awakened or ready. Peace is not the absence of challenge. It's the refusal to hand over your spirit in the middle of it. Let that be enough, because it is, and you are. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Your support truly means a lot. I'd love to hear your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Take care and stay tuned for more meaningful content.